what's up? Or Georgina, I'm sorry. Hi. Hola, Ann. Good to see you too. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday night. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday with Taylor, evening edition. Because if you stick around, I'll show you a picture for sure, but if you stick around and watch the 10 p.m. on Ken's 5, you'll see the experiment I did at Jackson Keller Elementary. So I'll show you some of it on this Tuesday evening. How's everybody doing? So we've got a new cool feature here. You ready for this? I can't even do it in blue. That's me, Bill Taylor. Isn't that cool? All right, let's get over to the good stuff. Take a look first. The good stuff was the highs today. This felt like spring, am I right? 72, 85s were a little warmer than average. Pearsall, Cotulla, 69 degrees in Seguin, 71 New Braunfels. Bernie hit 68. This was a nice day, temperature-wise. But boy, were we socked in with the dreary weather. So it really started this morning with fog and drizzle, consistent drizzle, and without much on the winds, we didn't see this dry out too quickly. In fact, there was a couple of slick spots in our parking lot. Most of the roads are dry, but slick spots across the parking lot this evening. Blessings to you, Elena. Thank you so much. Build a man. What's going on, buddy? Well, we missed you too, Gene. Thanks so much. It's great to be back in the saddle. Hi, Chris. Olegario. No way what? Rain chances or which one? Ready for spring. D-Town. What's up, DeHannis? Hi, Nikki. I'm doing great, Georgina. Thank you so much. So, yeah, I want to see, too, was this even measurable? Most of the time, here we go. Welcome to San Antonio. Plane coming in. Here comes a good three-point landing at SATX. So, okay, almost 1/4 of an inch in the gauge today. Measurable after all. Okay, I'm glad to see that. We'll take every drop right now. And here comes the landing. Welcome to beautiful San Antonio. Yes, successful landing. So a little more than an inch for the year and coming up on 3 inches for 2023. Okay, you know what's interesting about that? That's already, gosh, we only had 11 inches all of last year, so I'm trying to think of 3 to 11. It's not quite half, obviously, but I mean, that's a really good start considering what we're coming off of. Second driest year in city history. So 2.98 doesn't sound like a lot, but considering the pacing, we could be doing a lot better than last year, I sure hope. Nice slow drizzle, right? It's not bad, right, Nikki? I mean, it makes driving a little bit hazardous, but not too bad. Oh, the text by, I got you, Gene. No worries, don't worry. Send a pic on Friday's lightning show. Oh, cool. Where'd you send that? Send it to btaylor@kens5.com, my email. Couch potato. That's a good way to put it. I like that. I like that a lot. It's one of those days. Hey, Brian, Alamo Heights, not the rich part. 8.5, not a true 09er, maybe an 8.5er. That's awesome. Good to see you here. So fog, this morning it was pretty thick at times. Tomorrow morning more is expected to develop, but not over the city. While we've got it coming in, let's see, there's 4:30. If you're going to be early out the door, it looks like visibility is at 4 miles at 5 a.m. Oh, and then it drops. Look at that. 6:30. We're down to 2.6. I'm going to go ahead and save that spot. Oh, yeah, why don't we go ahead and lock it? But notice that the visibility up in the hill country is a lot less. We're at 1/2 mile, Kerrville, Rock Springs. So going out I-10, you'll certainly see a lot more fog, thicker fog for sure. All right, that's current visibility. And we're in good shape. But as far as the future, I definitely want to put a marker on 6:30 a.m. So we can show that to our wonderful audience at 10. But boy, it's not expected to last long, and that's the worse it gets. But it stays pretty thick in the hill country up until 9:30, 10 o'clock. Okay, we'll do that. About 10 a.m. Hey, Joe, no hail expected on this next system. If you attacked a meteorologist with a lime green morph suit, no one would realize what's going on. Exactly. I mean, there would be, you talk about a cold case, right? I mean, it would be tough to figure that one out. All right, so winds are going to be a story too. Now, if we get these kind of winds overnight, we won't see that kind of fog I just showed you. We're expecting some pretty gusty winds. There's morning hours. These gusts could be 15 to 20. If we get some good 15 to 20 mile per hour gusts, I don't think we'll see much fog develop. Fog will always struggle when there's winds. Now in the afternoon it picks up 20 to 25 in some cases and stays pretty breezy through tomorrow night. Okay, so just keep that in mind, that we've got a pretty windy Wednesday. Pretty windy Wednesday. Wonderful. On the way. They keep on coming. So humidity is going to stay high. Let's just put it that way. As dew points will stay in the mid to upper 60s all the way through Friday night. And then they're going to plummet. Once we get this system east of us, we'll see a nice drop in dew point. Now let's talk about said system, shall we? Upper level ridge of high pressure is beginning to weaken as it slides east and is really more focused on the southeast. Here you see Thursday, southwest flow aloft. Going to keep that Pacific moisture on top of us. So we're going to definitely stay mostly cloudy with some warm air trapped over top, kind of keeping things bottled up in our atmosphere. Lower third is going to definitely be good and moist. You know, the southeast wind flow, as I showed you, dew points will stay high. But now we're looking at upper level winds at, 15, 20,000 feet. And we're watching, that's the next system. You see that big dip in the trough that's out over Las Vegas, Los Angeles into El Paso. That starts to eject east. Not a huge developing upper level low, but definitely a good trough that sweeps west to east across the state, but doesn't come too far south. So because of that, we're not expecting too much in the form of rain chances. We'll get a good probability, but it looks like we'll get one line, and we're going to be on the southern reach of it. So let me show you what future radar looks like. Heading into tomorrow morning with that fog I showed you, we could see a little bit of drizzle. Not as much as this morning. It's a lot thinner, see? And a lot of it has to do with the winds. And then we get some decent afternoon sunshine. Okay? And that could pop those highs up into the low to mid 80s. Models have stayed consistent with that. I might put in a little more sun for tomorrow. And then you can see we stay pretty much the same on Thursday, maybe a few little morning spots of sprinkle activity. And then Thursday afternoon, partly to mostly cloudy, before Thursday night into Friday morning. That's when the storms start developing in North Texas. And you can see, here's the line of showers coming in about 8:30 a.m. Friday. It develops, but it's a broken line coming across here. So we're not too concerned with severe weather of any kind. Just a few showers now, it looks like. And that's through about midday, and it's gone. And it's gone east. So pretty disappointing, to be honest with you. Now let's take a look at another extended model, because that's the IBM, I believe. It is. Let's take a look at the extended HER outlook, HWW. Matthew Maldonado, howdy. Vanessa, no severe storms expected, Vanessa. How are you? Hey, Uvalde, what's going on? Heather? No thunderstorms, Gene. I mean, a better rain chance than, well, probably the best this week, actually. But we're not expecting any hail, any strong storms with this next system because the energy is not going to move this far south. So here's what the HRRR is saying. Same with the morning drizzle and some good afternoon sun there. Well, this is the same on the clouds. I only changed precip. Okay, they don't have, HRRR says no rain coming through. How about the NAM, North American model? New Braunfels, what's going on, Donna? Morning sprinkles, afternoon sun, Thursday night, Friday. Oh, it stops it there, okay. Because it doesn't go out that far. Let's see if, no, not that one. Can I try to change the duration? No. One more. Let's try. I mean, if I did the Euro, or these aren't high-resolution models, so we'll get a better look at it tomorrow for sure. But I'll go ahead and stick with the IBM. Initialized well today when we had the afternoon shower shifting east. It did a good job. But it does show that that line is broken as it moves through San Antonio. So that's why the rain totals aren't very impressive for the next 7 days, because this is honestly what rain we're looking at is the best rain chance we will get in these 7 days, and it's only got us at about 1/4 of an inch. Very similar to what we saw this morning. Andy, we really are. And I was having this conversation with somebody about climate change. Now, remember, when I say climate change, I'm not going into the political side of it. I'm going into the science of it, the actual climate change, which always occurs. Climate will always change. We can say we're fighting climate change. You don't fight climate change. You live with climate change. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to accelerate it too much. You're not going to diminish it or slow it down. It is the planet. We're just on it, okay? I'm not going to get into that, but here's the deal. Climate change is really kind of showing us that the cycle we're kind of leaning into over the last couple of years is that desert Southwest arid climate pushing and migrating a little bit farther east. That could certainly be something we deal with in the coming days, or years rather. It's not certainly anything we can stop, but it is showing us more influence from that arid region and arid climate than is the humid Gulf climate. Because we're kind of in the split of both influences here in South Central Texas. We get Gulf influence, we get West influence. All right, so you can see that this severe weather threat just north of Del Rio through San Angelo and then up into the Dallas-Fort Worth area, quarter-size hail, damaging winds, maybe an isolated tornado. But then the marginal, which is a 1 out of 5, does come down as far south as Kerrville, Bandera, Leakey, almost to Uvalde, but not San Antonio. Something to keep in mind, again, Thursday night and through Friday morning. But with a broken line like I just showed you so far, tomorrow we'll have a much better handle on the high-res models, and we can take a look. But we need every drop we can get. That's why today's 2/10, not bad. What's the worst case scenario that could happen on the models? Thunderstorms, honestly. And for San Antonio, I'm assuming you're saying. So yeah, still the same when it comes to this drought report. No improvement here. Is the worst drought condition in the state is where we're living, South Central Texas. Almost half of Bexar County is in exceptional drought. All of Kendall, almost all of Comal, half of Bandera, 1/3 of Medina. These are the counties in exceptional drought, and then the rest are severe for a good part of the metro. And no big change in sight. God bless you. So the 7-day forecast, going to see temperatures stay on the mild side. Our normal 75 this time of year will be 8 to 10 degrees above that next 48 hours, actually through Friday too. Even through Saturday and Sunday. We're going mid-80s on Sunday. Saturday looks like the fantastic day of the lot. Look at that, 81. North wind will still be going behind the system. A lot of low humidity, so good dry air for the weekend. And maybe we'll bring back a chance of rain by Monday. So the 7-day, again, fog and drizzle tomorrow morning. Maybe a little bit again on Thursday. But then breezy is the bigger story Thursday and Friday, especially with that front coming through. Best chance of rain about 50-50 on the probability. Remember, percentages don't have anything to do with the amount of rain that falls. I'm not expecting a whole lot of rain, but I'm expecting rain Friday morning. That's going to be the best as far as good measurable rain. We'll get, again, some drizzle tomorrow. But I might going to put some more sunshine in for tomorrow, because that model I'm hoping is true. Mom and I, we like to watch the weather on Ken's 5 Only. Thank you, John. I appreciate that, brother. All right, so let's go here and do, I'm going to say partly cloudy for tomorrow. Glad Saturday to be clear. I'll be out at Toyota Field cheering on San Antonio FC. Awesome. Defending champions. Enjoy a day at the pitch. All right, so there it is, partly cloudy, and we'll change that too. And that's just going to go from an M to a P for partly cloudy. All right, so I just made an improvement to the 7-day forecast, and I'll tell you who's working on an improvement to that 10 o'clock show. It's Check In with Julie on what's coming up on Ken's 5 News at 10. We're checking with Julie on what's coming up on Ken's 5 News. You know it's Eyewitness News on CBS. It's Ken's 5 News on a Tuesday night. It's Checking with Julie, and wow. All right, yeah, I don't know. I was out for a little while. So that didn't go. I didn't finish so hot, but the tambourine was money. David Lynch on the tam.
What happened?
I don't know. No, not at all.
Definitely not you.
That was
David.
me. I just. It's been too long.
It has been a really long time.
First, get back into the saddle. You forget the words, the lyrics. Got a little sideways. Hi, Julie.
Hi. We still loved it though. How are you?
Yeah, it gets people going.
It gets the people going. I love
now,
it.
aside from the experiment, which I'll show you the beginning stage of real quick. We've got a lot coming up at 10. But what I'm excited about is showing what happened here with this experiment. This was at Jackson Keller Elementary this morning, and my good buddies Jaden and Mackay, 4th and 5th graders, they're jackrabbits at the JK Elementary. And we were doing an experiment on condensation. I was showing the kids how the second leg of the water cycle unfolds. And so it was a lot of fun. And we've got a little video demonstration of how the rest of that experiment went.
I love that. Yes, we do, tonight at 10.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. We're always excited for Tuesdays with Taylor. But we have that. We have our whole team tonight.
Full team, full court press.
Yes, I love it when we have everybody in the show. But of course we have Henry. I'll go ahead and tease his story real quick. But he talked to Myra Guillen, the sister of Vanessa Guillen. Yes, and so she is saying it happened 3 years ago is when her sister, her death investigation kind of unraveled. So there's a new death investigation at Fort Hood.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so 3 years later, this is opening old wounds for the Guillen family. So we have that tonight. We get an interview with Myra. Henry has that for us tonight. Of course, we have Hannah. We have the latest on the SAPD kidnapping and how you can protect yourself, because that's always a concern.
Very much so.
Yeah, so we have that.
A city our size, you've got to really, yes.
Yeah, no, exactly. You have to be prepared. So we have that tonight. But on a lighter note, we are less than a month from Fiesta.
Yes.
Yes.
Viva
Fiesta. We gotta love it.
Oh,
we are selling. So Nyosa, is it okay? Neosa or Nyosa?
Don't even.
Nyosa. Okay.
Nyosa.
Don't
Night in Old San Antonio.
I
Not
want
neat in Old San Antonio. Night in Old San Antonio. Nyosa.
Night in Old San Antonio. I love it. Thank you, Danny, too. He was giving me some fun facts over here. But okay, we got an interview from a woman. I don't have her name, but she says it's Neosa. I'm just gonna throw it out there. She's been with the celebration, the event for 50 years. She said.
Is that
so
right?
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, there are some that'll call it that, but overwhelming majority say night.
Okay.
Nyosa.
So we love that. Well, they are celebrating their 75th birthday.
75 years.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have that tonight as well.
Call it awesome. Don't worry about Nyosa or Neosa. Just call it awesome.
Yes, exactly.
So that's platinum, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
75. Congratulations. Yes,
Yes.
for the Conservation Society. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Woo!
It is fun. It's 4 nights of party in La Villita, and the entire area is transformed into different cultures. You go around the grounds of La Villita, and there are different cultures around every corner. Different foods, different music. I mean, and it's every night for 4 nights. And it is like from 5 to midnight. It's fantastic. It's one of the best parts of Fiesta. Tuesday through Friday night of the second week, right? Or the first week, I forget. But either way, they hang the rain rock. That's the famous, on the Tuesday morning, they'll hang the rain rock in La Villita, and that will ward off rain chances during the 4-night event. So we'll see. And if this is your first Fiesta, I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It's one of the best parties, because every single party is a fundraiser for a nonprofit in our city. So there are, I mean, countless, well, I guess you can count them, but I mean, there are like so many nonprofits. I'm going to go over 100 at least that will benefit during Fiesta, during this 10-day to 12-day party. You've got, just in metal sales alone, you know, a lot of nonprofits will sell their Fiesta metal to continue their mission in how they're serving San Antonians. All of these big parties, they're all going into nonprofits and furthering great missions. El Rey Feo is all about scholarship money to different schools. El Rey Feo writes some big checks. He might be an ugly king, but he writes some big checks for some schools in our area. So a lot of love into the San Antonio community, but a lot of party. It's going to be huge. 3 parades. The first one is the Texas Cavaliers River Parade, and you want to be at Arneson River Theater for that. It's fantastic. Then you have Battle of Flowers on Friday. I know that's the 28th. And the very following Saturday night, the same route is the Fiesta Flambeau, largest illuminated parade in the United States. True story. Battle of Flowers, largest parade produced and executed exclusively by women. And see, Battle of Flowers is how Fiesta started. Little Fiesta history, fun fact for you. It was first a Battle of Flowers, literally. When horse-drawn carriages pulled up to the Alamo and they were commemorating the fallen of the Alamo as well as the victory at San Jacinto, and it all took place at Alamo Plaza, and they were all throwing flowers at each other, and that went into a parade. They started doing a parade. It was called the Battle of Flowers Parade, and it would have a parade every year. And then that evolved into the 10-day party, what we know as Fiesta. And then medals didn't come on the scene until, I want to say, the 90s. Deborah Knapp and I were talking about that today, the history of the Fiesta medal. And now it's, I mean, it is a huge part of Fiesta. I mean, not only selling, but trading and collecting. You'll see people walking around with, I mean, medals galore. Just huge vests of medals, jackets full of medals from years on past. Because every organization, including Ken's Five, we will have a different medal every year when we're celebrating a different part of Fiesta or a different part of Ken's Five. Now, we give ours away, but a lot of nonprofits sell them to, again, further their mission. Fiesta. Marty, what's going on? Doing great. How are you? Doing great. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Yeah, Whataburgers, we showed that today. It looks really good. It's the old A-frame Whataburger. Hi, Sheila. It does get packed, Gene. It does. All's going great. Brian, enjoyed it. Thank you, my friend. You were in LC, huh? Oh, that's awesome. No way. Somebody remembered me from KPLC? Wasn't the mid-'80s. But I was on in, it was 80, let's see, because I moved there in 86, finished up college, and I got on KPLC by 91, maybe? 1991, 90 or 91. And then I was in Alabama by 92, because I only worked in Lake Charles for about a year and a half on TV. What do you need to visit? Death Valley Dental Records. That's pretty good. All right, guys, that is going to do it. Missed you too, Jeanette. Thank you so much. Yeah, Saturday's going to be a nice day, guys, so make the plans outdoors now. All right, and make the plans to join us on Ken's 5 News at 10. We're definitely going to have an incredible show for you this evening. How do you clear the super? I don't know how to do that. David, you know how to clear the super? Oh, there it is. I got it.
Got it?
You just hit the same one. All right, everybody. God bless you. Have a wonderful Tuesday night and an even better Wednesday. We'll see you at 10. I love you.